take a look at the ones within your own circle who are contributing to this destruction. If you are a northerner, for instance, right, you do not need to go and look for Yoruba or Igbos before you can find reasons to stand up. You look at those ones parading themselves, those ones who speak your language. They look like you, they talk like you. Take a look at them. What is their role in all of this? Then that's all you need to know. Everybody would have to go after the criminals in their own domain, not by looking for the ones outside or looking at me. There are those of you who love to give excuses like, why are you not talking about others? No. I'm talking about the ones closer to you that you know, the ones that you prefer to shield, because if you go after them, to you, others are protecting their own thieves. So since others are protecting their own thieves, you have to protect yours too. And that's the problem. So when you look at these ones who are currently in Yoruba land, then you have your answer. So if you have the people you want to actually go after and challenge, they have to be those who have a chance of making your life different, but they choose the other way. It's a shame. So yeah, that's what they are preaching, telling our people that whatever comes may, whatever comes may, you are not supposed to join others, because Nigeria is divided already. They just don't want you to make it official. When you tell them to break up Nigeria, they will say, no, don't talk like that. Because they know that if you ask, that simply means that the Yorubas will face their own thieves. Ijebus will face our own thieves. Egbas will face their own thieves. Oyos will face their own thieves. Ondos will face their own thieves. Ekitiketes will face their own thieves. Just like that, everybody will begin to face their own thieves, that some of them will not come back to Yoruba land, or come back to Benin land, or come back to Igbo land anymore. Because what? Every one of us will kind of identify them and their role. The other day, one of them that was promoting the idea of bringing the IDP, internally displaced persons from northern Nigeria, to come and train them in Imo State. It was identified. They went after him. That's how it is done. Not by trying to say, but the Yorubas are also kiniko. When somebody is bringing terrorism to your doorstep, so you don't sit down there and be like, I'm a Yoruba man, then you are interested in Igbo thieves. And you wanted there to see the Igbo thieves dealt with first, when your own thieves are right there in front of you. You don't have to be a Fulani or a Hausa man and begin to be interested in the Ijaw thieves and say, we know, but go and let's deal with the Ijaws first. Or you don't have to be an Ibibio or a Shekiri and then be pointing at the Yoruba thieves and say, now the Yorubas, they cause them. Some of you are like that. You will see an Igbo man who say, now Yoruba, they destroyed this country. You will see another person say, now the Fulanis, they destroyed this country. But their own people are not destroying the country. Because to them, right, even though their own thieves deal is not as bad as other people's thieves. So my thief is better than your own thief. So you don't ask for a solution. You don't ask for a way forward when you are not even willing or ready to actually do anything. So it's unfortunate though. That reminds me of, what do you call it? This guy talking about with a Wike back then. Remember this?
My primary business is other people's businesses. If I open my can of worms and maggots on Wike, but I'm waiting for him. His territory that he's trying to practice is my own primary constituency, and I'm waiting for him. He's a pretentious character, he's a liar, and he has no integrity, no iota of integrity. Wike was calling me when Atiku Abubakar was to announce his running mates. I have records and I've printed it out and I'm waiting for him. He called me 19 times in 2 hours, begging us to convince Atiku Abubakar to make him the vice presidential candidate. So when I see him lying on TV, because of the south of this country, because of southern Nigeria, the name of moves to south, you that were lobbying us and begging us, promising us heaven and earth to convince Atiku Abubakar to make you vice presidential candidate, To the extent that he was at the airport. I have a video. He spent hours in the airport waiting for me to call him to say, Atiku have picked you as a... He was at the airport here, waiting, calling me. He was calling me, my brother and friend, who is were in the Senate together, was also calling me that day. I have witnesses. I even gave the phone to Abdul Ningi to speak with him. I gave the phone to Senator Zameri to speak with him. He was begging all of us, promising heaven and earth. Atiku should announce him. It was around 1 or so that I told him, Oga, nobody will give you vice president. That was when he left and then flew back to... So the man who was so desperate to be vice president, because you didn't get it, you now started a southern agenda. I don't believe in such unprincipled, zero integrity character like Nyesom Wike. The man, Wike was the one who brought Ayu. Wike was the one who sponsored Ayu. And that was why Wike made all the governors to endorse Ayu. That's why there was no election in in the national chairman's office during the convention. Ayu was unopposed. Now you are saying Ayu must go, he wants to go to the south. Maybe because of the alcohol he took. Maybe he thought Ayu is from Abia State when he was supporting him. Because Ayu is from the north. You are the one that brought Ayu. When did you now realize that Ayu is a northerner? But he was doing that time to satisfy his own selfish ambition of becoming the presidential candidate from the south. So he doesn't want the chairmanship at that time to go to the south so that it will not affect his ambition of becoming president from the south. So he pushed the chairmanship to the north and thinking he will be able to bribe Ayu to produce him as the presidential candidate. When Ayu refused to do the wrong thing, then Ayu became an enemy. Is it not the same Wike that removed his brother, his mentor, Prince Uche Secondus, as the national chairman of the party? If you love the South so much, why did you remove a Southerner to bring a Northerner? Today you are saying chairmanship must go to the South. Was the chairmanship not in the South? Was it not you, Wike, who went to court, who did everything, expelled him from his ward? So a character who is not stable like that, who is influenced by alcohol and other things I don't know, should not be taken seriously.
Just popped up today when everyone now everyone that has been waiting for a moment like this, that where Wike will begin to meet his Waterloo, and then they can take sides, right? That popped up. It's not a recent video. So your criminals all over Nigeria thinks about themselves. And whenever they can't have their way, or whenever they're about to be caught up in their own lies, they will begin to play the card of a tribe, ethnic. And some of you have unconscious or subconsciously, you have picked it up thinking you are fighting for your tribe, when these guys don't give a damn about you. They don't. So I don't know. I know my videos, my broadcast may never really make any difference of uniting you to reason, but I will always be in your mind. I will always be that under your mind to remind you that this whole thing has lasted this long because a lot of you have chosen it. You have chosen sides. You have forgotten what they have done to you or what they are doing to you, right? And even when the time comes for you to make critical decisions, right, you are still going to be swayed by your religion, by your tribe, and your education doesn't really matter. I've seen that. Your education never really matters. Education doesn't matter to an average Nigerian. The Ronukus that are flying the kites of Yoruba, this Yoruba, that, they don't love Yoruba land. They do not care about Yoruba people. What they care about are two things: a Yoruba man being in power, or their political party being in power. Everything else is a fair game to them. Even if they themselves are dying of that same poor, failed country where they cannot access better health care, their children can't access better education. Their children who are like a graduate can't get a real job. When the time comes for them to make that important decision, tribe, ethnic, and religion will always be at the forefront. So I am going to keep, exposing this. And then a lot of you will continue to fall for this, their distractions, right? I do not have so much influence to get a lot of you to be on the same line in facing your oppressors. But one by one, two by two, right? We are going to build that critical mass. We will build it. And if it's not going to happen in this generation, probably it's going to happen in the next one. The next generation, they are already here. There are already 3 generations here after me. So what they need is what? The better understanding of this contraption, the better understanding of how they are being played, and for them to know that they are the victims. Whether you think you are supporting Tifnumbu or not, or they are playing you the tribal and the religious card, you will get to know later that you are a victim if you don't know that yet. And as a victim, there's going to be a time you are going to say no. And I hope that's going to be very soon. So they've told you, all of you, Tifnumbu is going to do his 8 years. Okay? Tifnumbu is going to do his 8 years. And you as a Yoruba person, whether your child is able to go to school or even go to bed this evening fed, it doesn't matter. You must stand with Tifnumbu, and it's up to you. It's up to you. Abuse me today, abuse me tomorrow. I am not a direct victim of a failed country. I am not a direct victim of a failed policy of your government in that contraption. At least not now. The only way I will probably be a direct victim is going to be if I find myself in that contraption, which I am not looking forward to. That may sound a little bit selfish, yeah? Well, if that's the only selfishness that I think will keep me alive, right? Well, I am happy to be selfish in that regard. I spend my time, my resources to remind all of you that you can be the architect of your own doings and undoing. APC, Egbekegbe represent nothing but death, destruction. And you can see it yourself. There's no amount of tribal, this, ethnic, that is going to turn them to good. No. And I hope that Nigeria doesn't happen to you before you see through this. So don't ask me for the way forward. When the Bedu enter body, when the Shege enter you very well, you will figure out the way forward. There's something that you are helping them to defend or promote simply because you think it is right or so to do, even though you might think it's not even right thing to do. But somehow, you feel like you have no choice. You do. Tifnumbu and his gang do not have the number to give them power. It is Nigeria that make it sustainable for them. And once there is no Nigeria, we can deal with these guys mercilessly. I'll leave it at that. And we can actually take calls this evening. I'll take a break. And when I come back, maybe we can take 1 or 2 calls. It's up to you. Thank you. Kolu, say something.
Alhamdulillah. 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 Alhamdulillah.
You get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it.
Forget about it. Anyway, thanks so much, and then welcome back, brethren. So to those of us who might be going to bed early, because now it's not weekend, okay? It's gonna be like another week already, okay? And you need to go get yourself ready for tomorrow, and you need to go now. Please remember, you can still like this broadcast before you do that, okay? Like it, share it, and let those who need to see this, okay, see it. Thank you. So my line, let's see if that's working. Yo. Right. So our line is still pretty much opened, okay? So those who are watching this platform live broadcast on Mayegun's Diary Political for the first time, and then you kind of like this, okay? You should go beyond liking it. You need to subscribe onto the channel and then set your notification on. Everyone else, right, as well. Ensure that if you check your subscription on Mayegun's Diary Political, or you already subscribed, but somehow you hardly receive notification that Mayegun is live or Mayegun just posted a video, especially on YouTube, right? Go check that your notification setting. And when you set it on, you set it to like all, not just some, all, so that whenever Mayegun is alive, you cannot miss anything. I think I have my first caller this night. Hello there. Did I get you, by the way? Or we are having that network problems? Because that happens too, right? Can you hear me?
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. How are you? See, I think we're having problem with the line.
Network.
But that must be your line or your connection, so to say. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you. Is that Pulapenga?
This is Pulapenga from Dubai.
My man, how are you today?
I'm doing great. And you? How is family? Your work?
We are here surviving. Thank you so much for asking.
We thank God over here too. We'll keep pushing it. We'll keep pushing it. Yes, we are fine.
I mean, the Emirates have resumed their flight to Nigeria after 2.5 years. What is going on about the lifting of a visa ban and all that? What is the latest, man?
The visa ban, the last robbery in the Go Souk and the plaza, affected the visa. Affected the visa. So right now they have completely abandoned the process.
The plaza robbery. How is that?
Yeah,
how did that kind of affect it?
You know, Nigerians, they went to Go Souk and they robbed, with ask and machetes, and also they went in plaza to rob. Yeah, they went to plaza to rob, and a lot of people, foreign investors, were just scared because they brought out machete and asked, in Go Souk, over 900,000 dirhams gold were stolen, and again the same week in plaza.
So everybody who is a Nigerian in that place is pretty much like flagged then for that.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I mean, I'm just asking, like, does that mean that they just flagged everybody that's Nigerian there?
Yeah.
For that.
The visa process now is completely shut down. Even God, we are safe because God is on our side. They deported over 800 Nigerians in space of 2 weeks. But Nigerian media will just tell you it's 200, it's 300, it's a lie. They deported nearly 1,000 Nigerians in UAE in 2 weeks after that incident. So we just survived by God's grace.
I know. I mean, I know why. I mean, I don't know why you're calling this evening, though. So I don't want to kind of put that before your conversation, because probably it's time for you and the family to
we survive.
Out of that
we
place,
survive
man.
it.
It's time for you to get the hell out of that place.
Can you still hear me?
We can hear you. Can you hear me? I can still hear
you hear me, sir? My everything.
Yeah, okay. Go on, please. Make your contribution.
So I recommend you for your good work. I never stop watching my everything. What you do here is 1 million, and we the true follower of Temple at this great platform. We appreciate you. We are grateful that someone like you still exists.
Thank you so
we
much.
are very grateful, and for we here, we will survive because I'm not one of them. So they know, you any crime you commit, they scan your eyes, even coming in the airport. So anywhere you are, they will find you under 2 days maximum. So yet our people knows this, but they will still go and do this. So why must you go and do it? And if you have sent money home, they will kill you in Saudi Arabia. They will take you there, they will kill you. But if the money was still with you, they will just jail you, and later they will deport you. And these boys now, they will do it, and they will send the money home. They will face whatever they want to face.
Wow.
So
man, I mean, I know you're having there a lot of problem with that your line. Can you still hear me though?
Yeah, I can hear you, but my network is breaking.
I know. Maybe we should just go ahead and make your contribution this evening, okay? Yeah. Go.
Yeah, I saw the elders. The elders to follow my it's the Yoruba man. But one thing that I noticed is that a lot of the elders is a drug attempt, so he knows how to win your heart. He may not give you cash, he may not give you gold, but he will bring a deal to your table. He will bring a deal that you will benefit from. Like Wike sold River State to Tinubu. He didn't give Tinubu. Tinubu didn't give many cash. It was a deal. Few minister of FCT. So Wike sold River State to Tinubu. So that is how it is. And I'll be following.